guys, it's your boy Loon here. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I was able to pay off my student loan within a year to 2 years after graduating. Now this is going to be a video for anyone out there, whether you have a student loan or any type of debt. You'll be able to use these guidelines and tips on any type of debt you have, whether it's a car loan, mortgage, or even a credit card, anything and everything debt-wise. First off, I'm going to tell you guys who I am, give you guys some credibility and why I'm able to speak on this topic. For anyone who isn't a subscriber, my name is Loon, and I'm a personal trainer. I also do YouTube on the side, and what makes me credible to talk to you guys about this topic? So I actually went to UNCW in the year of 2015, and I went for 3.5 years. I wanted to get out of school early, and I also didn't want to pay that tuition. So right off the bat, that's another great way of saving some money, but I'm not going to apply that to today's video because a traditional person will be there for 4 years, so I'll be accounting for that. In the midst of graduating from UNCW, I was able to pay off my student loans within just over a year. I was able to do that through various ways that I'm going to tell you guys today. I accumulated a total of about $16,000 in debt. In this video, we will be using the average debt because I know that everyone out there has different debts. Some might be higher, some might be lower, but it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, if you guys use these tips, you guys will be able to pay off the debt that you guys have as soon as possible. It might not be in just a year, it might not be in just 2 years. With that being said, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't start now and you shouldn't start getting it knocked out as soon as possible. Being debt-free is one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. So without further ado, we're gonna get straight to the tips and tricks on how you guys are gonna be able to pay off your student loans or whatever debts you guys have as soon as possible. All right, so first off, establish where you guys are in your guys' debt timeline. Whether you are a student still in college, you actually have the best position if you are watching this video to paying off your student loan. I honestly envy you guys because I wish I had saw a video like this, and I wish that I had started on all this earlier because then I know I could have paid off my student loan before graduating. That would be freaking amazing. Imagine graduating and not having any loan debt to worry about, and you just start right off the bat saving up money for whatever your goals are. But again, it doesn't matter because if you guys have graduated already, just like me, you guys can still do it. I'm gonna tell you guys how. The strategy all starts off by you having to calculate how much exactly do you owe. This can be done in various different ways. In America, a lot of student loans is regulated and you're gonna be kind of appointed who's gonna be giving you the student loan. My personal student loan provider was Great Lakes. You know, I didn't have an issue with them. I hope that you guys don't have any issue with your guys' student loans. If you are already graduated, there should be a total number on how much you guys owe. Based on that number, you're gonna also have to account for interest, which we'll explain a little bit later in this video. But as of right now, you're gonna be looking at that big number that's popping up with your student loan provider. And if you guys are still in school and you guys want to calculate the exact number that you guys will have to owe for student loans, this is how you're going to do it. So you're going to have to calculate the total amount of principal that you guys will have to owe after you guys graduate. For anyone out there who is still in school, what to be done is you're going to be counting the amount of semesters and multiplying that by the tuition. The average student, you guys are going to be going for 8 semesters, times that by the tuition, and then also add in any excess fees that you guys will have from your school. This could be accessed through your guys' school's billing. Whether you guys live on campus, there's going to be an extra charge for that and things like that. All that together, that's going to be how much you guys will essentially owe after school. Now, this is where things get a little bit more complicated, but it's important for you guys to know this. Out there, I recommend every single one of you guys to try to apply for financial aid, try to apply for grants, because grants are essentially ways that the federal government or any grant provider is able to help you pay off that student loan where it's not a loan, you guys don't owe it back to them.
Come again, sir. I'm getting back in line.
So subtract the amount of grant that you will be getting from the principal amount that we've just mentioned. On top of that, there's 2 different types of loans that you guys can get out there. There's unsub and sub loans. Subsidized or sub loans is going to be a loan that you guys can get where you won't be getting interest while you're in school. And there's also usually a grace period of like 6 months or a year depending on the loan that you guys get. They won't be adding interest onto your loan until after that period. Now, an unsub loan is the moment that you guys take that loan, you're going to be right off the bat getting interest on top of that. If you guys have the option, get the sub loan as much as you can. If you really need it, then get the unsub loan. And most of the time they let you choose, at least for me and UNCW, on the financial page while you guys are applying for school and things like that, there was an option if you guys wanted to take however much sub and unsub loan. However, they had a limit for sub loans. But yeah, so take all that unsub, sub, calculate it together. Don't worry about the interest just yet. We will calculate that in a little bit. Subtract the grants that you guys have and add any other extra extra fees that you guys will have to take. So now we're gonna talk about how we're gonna be able to pay this off in a timely manner. For the sake of this video, we will be using the number of $27,000 as the total student loan. How I came to conclusion with this number is the average student loan in North Carolina is actually $26,526. We're gonna round up just because we're gonna, take account for any of the extra stuff that might go on. Obviously, if your guys' loan is above that, account for that and just know that because of the loan being that high, you might not be able to pay in just the exact same time that we are paying our loan off in this video, but it doesn't matter. You guys should be trying to pay for it off anyways. Number one thing that you guys should definitely be doing out there is get a job.
It's alphabet soup. I made it, that's sure.
It doesn't matter if you're in school or if you're graduated, if you're a grad student, it doesn't matter. Get a job because you need a way of getting income. How else are you going to be paying for this? You're not going to just win the lottery, or you might win the lottery, and if you do, hit me up. No, but seriously, not everyone's going to win the lottery, so get a job. How we're going to talk about this for right now is we're going to talk about it getting a job for someone who is in school, and then I'll talk about if you are out of school in a little bit. So if you're currently a college graduate, you can go ahead and skip to this timestamp because I'll talk about specifically how you guys are going to be able to pay off the student loan if you guys are just starting now. And so for right now, I'm going to be talking specifically to anyone who is still in school. This is going to be how you guys can capitalize on the advantage that you guys have. You're still in school. Right off the bat, get a job. You have about 15 to 20 hours of classes a week, and on top of that, you have your social life and things like that. You should be able to carve out 20 to 25 hours to work. I remember I was gracious enough to get a job on my junior year, which I wish I got jobs my freshman year because then I would have been well paid off my student loan by that point. Let's just lowball it and say you guys are working 20 hours a week. We're going to use the minimum wage in North Carolina, $7.25 an hour. Obviously, if you guys are in a different state, you guys might be making more, might be making less. It doesn't really matter. We're just gonna use $7.25. Most jobs that I have found during college, I was able to get paid anywhere from $8 to $10 an hour. We're gonna lowball it, so $7.25. So that means that you're making $145 a week out for the 20 hours that you are working. Taking out some taxes and things like that, we're just gonna use $135. So that's $540 a month. Now we're gonna take out some expenses. We're gonna take out $200 that you're spending on food. Let's say that your parents aren't giving you any money, you're having to spend all your own money. $200, actually pretty high for a college student, and if you think otherwise, you are obviously too bougie for me and too bougie for this video in general, because you have to be somewhat frugal in order for you to pay off these loans, You're investing in yourself now so that later you are able to be bougie. And so you're using about $200 in food, which is honestly generous because you can be eating ramen every single day, but, well, you probably get a heart attack. But anyways, we're gonna add an extra $100 for having fun and other things like, alcohol, or if you guys are going to the movies with your friends or something like that. So that's $300, so you have an extra $240 a month. What do we do with that $240? We put it right into our student loans. Whether you're able to pay it off while you're in school, or if they don't allow you, put it in a savings account for right when you graduate, boom, this is how much money I got. If you guys do the calculations, you guys will have $11,520 when you guys graduate, if you guys are graduating in 8 semesters. Obviously, this number can go anywhere down because, holidays, things like that, anywhere up because maybe you got a better job and you aren't making $7.25 an hour, or you're even working more hours. For the sake of the video, we're gonna use $11,520. Pro tip, okay? So anytime that you guys are on holiday or your parents are giving you guys like money, things like that, don't use that money on the new pair of Jordans. Put that into your student loan savings account or towards your student loans, because why not? Because then it's make it even easier. Then you can buy all the Jordans that you need in your life. You can buy all the games you want. You can buy all the Jolly Ranchers. It doesn't matter. That's what I did. So now I am talking to both the students and the graduates out there. For the students, because of all the stuff that I just mentioned, you guys are able to knock off a pretty hefty sum from that amount. You guys are now just owing $15,480. That's amazing. Now for all the graduates out there, you guys owe $27,000 or however much. It's okay, you guys will still be able to knock it off. It's just gonna take you guys a little bit longer, but why not start now? This is gonna apply to both of you guys because you guys are both graduated. One has about $50,500, the other has $27,000. This is how you guys are gonna be paying this off as soon as possible. First off, we gotta calculate some interest. Right off the bat, for your interest rate, this is gonna be a fixed amount. Most of you guys will be around the 4% range. Hopefully you guys aren't in the 5% range for interest. That would suck. That means they are really kind of screwing you guys over. And some of you guys will be in the 3% range. How you're gonna calculate interest that you guys have, going into an interest calculator. You guys can Google it. I'll even put one in the description box down below. Plug in the amount of years that you assume that it will take you to pay this student loan, blah, blah, blah. It'll tell you how much your interest is, okay? Obviously, the sooner that you pay it off, the less that the total amount will be because the interest will already be paid off. For the sake of the video, for the right side, we're gonna say that your interest is gonna be an extra $1,000 in the 2 years, which it should be actually a little bit more. For the left side, we're gonna say that your interest is gonna be $3,000 for 2 years to make it easy. So one side owes $30,000, the other side owes $16,500. Now, this is big time. Once you graduate, your goal should be, one, if you have the option, living with your parents or living somewhere where you're not paying a lot of rent. If that's not an option, two, you got rent out a property, but you guys rent a property, make sure it is cheap. No one needs a bougie lifestyle right off the bat. Now, obviously, you don't want cockroaches all over the place. I mean, I get that. Some people have standards. I obviously don't. I'm joking. But yeah, so no matter what, just try to keep your expenses as low as possible. So living with your parents, it's not that bad. You just live with them for 2 years, pay off your loan, and then go wherever the fuck you want, you know? So next up, get a better job, guys. Most college graduates, you guys on average are making around $47,000. And this number, I'm not just pulling out my ass. It is a statistic online that you guys can search up yourself. We're gonna lowball it in this video because I want to account for everyone out there, and it's better to overestimate than to underestimate. Let's say you're making $35,000 a year. That means that you're getting $2,916 a month. We're gonna say $2,800 to make it easier. We're gonna use that number just to account for taxes and things like that. On both ends, now you guys have to calculate how much is your guys' rent, how much is your guys' expenses, things like that. For the sake of video, I'm gonna say 50% of your check will be used for rent, expenses, and things like that. Obviously, it might be more, obviously it might be less, but also you guys could be making more, you guys could be making less. Let's say 50% of your guys' check. Now the other 50%, put that straight towards your student loan, guys. That is gonna be the quickest way you guys can pay off your student loans. It does not matter. Live cheap right now so you can live bougie later. For all the people who have started since they have been in school, that means that you guys will be able to pay off $16,800 in a year of your student loans, which essentially means that you guys are practically loan free. But that's how it's done. Now the other side, obviously it's gonna take a little bit longer, but if you guys do the exact same thing that I just told you, it will take you 21 to 22 months, which is just under 2 years. So if you guys can use these principles, you guys use these tips and strategies, you guys will be able to pay off your student loans. So summarizing everything, number one, right off the bat, calculate how much your loan's gonna be. Calculate how much your interest is gonna be. Know what the difference is between subs and unsubsidized loans. Grants, get as many grants as you guys can possibly get. Number two, get a job. Be frugal as a motherfucker and save as much money as that as possible. Put it straight towards your student loan. It doesn't matter if you're already graduated, it doesn't matter if you're in school, you should be getting a job. And remember the pro tip, you guys are gracious enough to have a family that cares and really loves you and gives you money, things like that. Put that towards your student loans. Don't be a stupid dude and go broke like Joe Exotic from Tiger King.
I'm broke as shit.
Don't want to live that lifestyle and be broke. Do that. Get a better job as soon as you guys graduate. Make sure you guys are making a substantial amount of money to pay off your rent, pay off your expenses. Obviously, make sure you guys like what you're doing, but it is important to make enough money. You don't want to be starving. Use a minimum of 50% of your checks at the beginning to pay off your student loan. The moment I became a personal trainer, I used about 60 to 70% of my check because I am lucky enough to live with my family where I don't have to pay rent, and I put that straight towards my student loan. I was able to pay off my student loan within 1 year of graduating. You guys can do it too. And obviously this video might not be perfect for every single person out there. You know, there's people out there with out-of-state tuitions, with different scenarios that happen in their life. You know, they might have gotten in a car wreck, different things. But I am just hoping that this video can get out to someone and hope to motivate you guys to save money, put it towards your student loans, put it towards your debt, whatever you guys have, pay it off as soon as possible. Before I leave you, if you guys have any specific question or you guys have a specific scenario that I did not mention in this video, for some reason this video did not explain, please shoot me a DM in my Instagram. Just say that you watched this video, you have a question, I'll be able to answer it there, or you can leave a comment in the comment section down below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This was a pretty tough one to make in terms of writing everything down because I had to really plan it out, make sure that you guys get exactly what I'm trying to come across with. But I hope that it's gonna help at least one person out there. That is my ultimate goal anyways. Please stay up to date with my content. Make sure you guys destroy the like button and also hit the subscribe and notification bell. I will be doing the McDonald's challenge this week. I'm also doing a full day of eating, and I'm gonna be doing a how to get 1,000 subscribers video very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, have a great quarantine. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Pacing for the profits, ain't no way we break the code. Keep your pockets like the tropics, don't let rocks disrupt your flow. We was outside with no options, all we knew was get and go, but these haters trying to take